a mutt face to start the walk. So we are in Tredegar. I've just parked here near Bedwellte House. We're going to go and check it out in a minute. It's a local sort of stately home. So just going to get the gear on. It's going to rain. There's quite a lot of rain in the air, but yeah, just going to get her sorted out. Getting a bit overexcited as always, and we are going to get cracking. Good morning. So we're doing Mynydd Bedwellte today, which is a hill that is just up from Tredegar. So I'm going to be parking in Bedweltte House, which is a local stately home and gardens, coming up to Cefn Golau and exploring the Cholera cemetery, and then taking the path up to Stupa, I think it is, and then the summit there, Trig Point, Mynydd Bedwellte. This is one of the miners list, which inspiration is from the Walking Kev. You can go to, just Google Walking Kev miners list, and it's a list of 40 hills which are, in his opinion, the best hills in South Wales. So I had a look at the list and I've already, without trying, done 15 of them. So only 25 left to go. And I thought, you know what, I'm going to do it. So I'm going to try and complete the challenge of all 40 hills. I'm really looking forward to it. I'm going to be doing it alongside Brecon Beacons walks and elsewhere. And yeah, it'd be great. And I hope to get a t-shirt at the end of it. So this is it. Pretty posh pad for back in the day. It looks like maybe 1700s. I think it was built for an owner of a colliery here, one of the rich industrial owners, and the grounds are fabulous. There's like an orangery there, or maybe a bowling green house, something like that. A little pagoda, nice flowers as well down there. So yeah, I never come to places like this. I grew up in the southeast of England. So we had pretty tame walks there as a child through a lot of sort of country houses and gardens, and an exciting, there's no hills there, an exciting day would be to be walked around a lake, which was sort of tedious to say the least. Sorry, no offence to my parents, but it was kind of, you know, they're your options really. So yeah, it sort of brings back memories of a bit of childhood. But I'm pleased to be living here, being able to do more adventurous stuff now. So we need to find a route up towards the road, and I'm going to follow through the gardens up to there. So we're following a steep road up until Cefn Golau, or Golau, which is the cemetery up here. I've started down at Bedwellte House just to have a look at the gardens, but also just to increase the ascent and the climb, because I definitely need the exercise. You can park right up here if you're a bit pushed for time. It just cuts out a bit of climb, but I'm in certain need of exercise. But I finished work at 1 o'clock in the morning last night, so I'm a bit tired, and I got to work tonight at 4, so this is ideal for a short walk for just a few hours out. So we left Tredegar behind. There's a bit of rain coming in now. It's just a warm summer rain at the minute, so it's nothing too bad. That's Bedwellte House, where we were the other day. The Mad Max Mountain. And it was mental up there. And the common is through here. I'm going to avoid that route and go up continue on the road, because I want to explore the cemetery, and I'll explain why when we get up there. So for a long time, I never really got the appeal of walking in the Welsh valleys, only until recently, and it was walking up Bedwellte House that really changed things for me. The views are incredible and vast from the top, but part of the challenge is the fact that it's just mental here at times. It's just mental. And yeah, you get the good and the bad, but it's the rugged bleakness and the kind of like just craziness of the area sometimes up on the tops. It's just something about it that I really do get the appeal now, and I'm really enjoying it. and it's fairly local, so on a day where I'm pushed for time, I've no time to go further afield, it's ideal. It's really nice, this area here, it's beautiful. Walking along at earthwork. Look at this. That's where we're meant to be headed, up there. Great view down into that huge valley there. And all these hills. I'm not sure if that's Pengarnby Gale that we've done before, but a lot of them I just don't know, which I like. I like that. There's a lot I just don't know. You know, unlike the beacons or Snowdonia, I can point out most of the main summits. But yeah, it's cool. The cemetery's there. It's going to find a way across now. So this is the Cholera cemetery, the Victorian one. The modern cemetery is kind of over that way. It's only a small area. I'm not sure how many graves are here. There's quite a few. It's from 1840s, I think. There's a few with some inscriptions still readable. It's very sad. A cholera outbreak in Tredegar in the Victorian times. Obviously killed a lot of people. It's obviously a disease we only see in the third world now. But it's a horrible, horrible illness. Completely preventable, as people know, by public health measures. I remember learning about it at medical school, and the bacteria Vibrio cholerae is perfectly designed to kill you effectively. If you read about how it works, it's absolutely brutal. That's a horrible thing to think of. But the wealth divide we've seen today, the Bedwellte House, the rich owners and the impoverished people here lying in their graves from public health illnesses. It's very sad. It's a very bleak sort of place, isn't it? Eerie. But I'd rather be buried here with that view than in sort of central Birmingham or somewhere. Not that you'd see it, but it's just the principle of it. It's at least a beautiful view here. But yeah, it's a sad place, definitely. Right, I'm going to try and get up the hill now. On the way up, just initially to one of the little false summits. This is typical, I should say, of the kind of North Blaen y Gwent valleys, hills, the ridges. Lots of little steps of false summits, big wide ridges, bleak moorland with sort of tussock grass. Haven't seen a lot of litter, not really any much today, that's good. And dirt bike tracks and sort of rugged paths. So yeah, it's cool. I like the scenery. It's definitely very bleak. I'll bring you back in a minute. I'll turn my eye for just a minute. Mags, yeah. Look, and she's rolled in all the peat. It looks like she's been down a bloody mine. That's so annoying. I can't wash her now. That takes ages. Honestly, I was really trying to stop her doing that. Turn my eye just for a second and it's all over. So, heading up to that cairn. The late night finishes at work. Oh, since I'm getting older, they're not night shifts, they're late shifts. I really feel it the next day if I'm walking. I mean, I'm unfit anyway, but doubly unfit after working late. Don't know why, it just seems to take it out of me. It's actually really hot today. Much better than forecast. It's been really good. We'll bring you back at the cairn. On the map this is called Carnstupa, something like that. Big cairn. Good views from here. Right, see the trig now, just up there. It's very windy. Let's get up that top. Good view of the Black Mountains. Central beacons. Yeah, really good. Last little push now, and we'll be there. Max has found the trig point. She did hop up onto the bench, the CEN bench. There you go. Number 56. Oh, we haven't tapped out. Yeah, there you go. Tap. Wow, huge views. Central beacons, western beacons, Regos, Pengarn Gale. Wow, amazing this way. Up to Macon, I think, and Chumbalam. All of these I don't know. Wow. A little bit more closed off that side. Over towards Domenbauer, up Carnegie. Really, really huge views. You definitely can't capture it well on the camera. That is for sure. The Black Mountains as well. Really great hill, really worth doing. Absolutely brilliant. Just stopping on this ledge here for a little break. Going to have to be 5 minutes because as usual, it's another week where I'm just massively pushed for time. Got to get back and go to work. But it's a brilliant break spot here, it's cracking. I was saying about the cholera cemetery earlier and the wealth divide, but I suppose the only realistic option to that is communism, isn't it? Which we know just doesn't work at all. It's even worse than capitalism. But yeah, I did find it sad. You know, you're impoverished and poor, probably working incredibly physical jobs that are totally exhausting. You're only young, and then you get the most horrible infectious disease. It's really nasty. So have a little break, and then we'll do one more clip at the end. So I thought this was ironic. The Posh Fish and Chip Company. That's a cracking one, isn't it? Just on the side there. If I had a bag with me, I'd pick some of it up, but I haven't. So, but yeah, it's like I'm going to eat my posh fish and chips, and I'm so posh that I couldn't possibly use a bin. I'm going to throw it out the window. Yeah, I don't know. Didn't think there were many of those types around here, but yeah, too posh to use a bin, but quite happy to buy expensive posh fish and chips. And there you go. So we're back to the gardens. Nice flowers and things. It's a very pleasant place to sit. So great, absolutely great hill. Well worth doing. It's really, really good. The views are vast, and as soon as you get onto the sort of hillside, there's no one there. It's just dead. It's really sort of peaceful up there. Really enjoyed it. When I first saw the miners list, I'll be honest, I looked at it and thought, why would you want to walk those hills when you could just drive to the Brecon Beacons and get something more, potentially more dramatic? But having done some of the hills now on the miners list, I totally get it, and it is brilliant. And I'd recommend anyone to have a look at the list, have a look at the website, and go out and just start walking them. You will be rewarded. They're really good. So we're gonna say goodbye, and we'll see you next time.